now is the time where we move on to push, repackage, release. Here are the rules. Now, I do have to throw out a disclaimer here. This is not for us to say, if I was in charge of WWE, the first thing I would do is fire Becky Lynch. No, we are viewing these three superstars in a vacuum, saying if you had to fire one of them, if you had to push one of them, if you had to repackage the other, what would you do? And the way that we accomplish this is we take three superstars, we rank them based off of their attributes. We compare them to each other, and you basically get into a situation where you have to compare and contrast. For example, you can have one guy who's really good in the ring, but he sucks on the mic. And you have another guy over here, he's solid in the ring, but he has great mic skills. Which one are you going to push? Which one are you going to get rid of? Like, which skills matter the most to you? So that's what we do and push, repackage, release. It's basically putting you on the hot seat as a wrestling fan to see which attributes you value the most. So here's push, repackage, release for this week. We are taking three highly talented individuals in the overall WWE umbrella, and they do have something in common. They are new additions to the roster over these last few years. They're big prospects, and also they have all held the same championship back to back to back, actually. Who am I talking about?
Big E,
I'm
Bo Dallas, and Seth Rollins.
No, hell no. That's way too easy. I am talking about NXT champion Finn Bálor, former NXT champion Kevin Owens, and even more former NXT champion Sami Zayn for push, repackage, release. Steven, you're up first.
Yeah, it's hard, but to me, it's not as hard as I think it is for you because there's only one guy here who I really, really care about, and that's Kevin Owens. So as long as I get to keep him, which I do, then I'm pretty good. I do like the other two, but I think Kevin Owens by and far is my favorite of the three. So I'm going to push Kevin Owens because of what I said earlier. If you're going to push Kevin Owens, you push Kevin Owens. You don't demote him after he just had this wave of momentum. So that's the easy one. Now, this is kind of the hard part for me because I'm thinking like which one will be more valuable in the future. Now, I think many people might agree that Sami Zayn, in principle, is the better babyface here because he is the more sympathetic. He is arguably the better wrestler, and he's just a very, very good babyface. Probably, I'd say second to Daniel Bryan in being like a sympathetic, just pure babyface. But I think on the main roster, he's not going to get there. I don't think he has long main roster potential. I don't see him getting to the main event. Or if he does, it'll probably be one of those things where he wins the title in a big struggle like Daniel Bryan or like Dolph Ziggler, but then he just loses it, and that's just 5 minutes of fame. And I think Finn Balor has longer and bigger potential. So I'm going to say release Sami Zayn, unfortunately, just because I don't think he has the potential that I would be looking for. And I say repackage Finn Balor because Finn Balor, right now, he has a pretty good thing going on. He does. But it's very simplistic, and it's going to run out of fuel because you can only do the demon entrance so many times before it just becomes another entrance. I think there's something to that, but I think it needs to be developed more. I think Finn Balor needs more of an edge to him. He can't just be a good wrestler who sometimes taps into this alternate persona. Like, he needs an edge to him. There needs to be some sort of difference in the demon that's not just aesthetic. It needs to be, I don't know, maybe a personality difference. Like, he needs to really push his personality while he's the demon for that to really last. So I think that would require a bit of a repackage because I don't know what the answer to that is. I'm sure I could think of something if I had to, but I'm not on the creative team, so I don't have to do that job. But I do think Finn Balor has better potential to be a bigger babyface and maybe even a bigger heel than Sami Zayn because Finn Balor I can see as a heel. I cannot see Sami Zayn as a heel. So that kind of makes Finn Balor a bit more valuable. So yeah, I'm going to say push Owens, repackage Balor, and release Sami Zayn.
I just want to say very quickly for all of the people who are saying it's easy to release Sami Zayn because he's injured, that is so cheap And that is not the intention of what it is that we are doing here. I just want to go ahead and let you guys know that. That's like when we did that whole push repackage release on John Cena, Brock Lesnar, and Randy Orton. Someone on Facebook, they were like, oh, of course I would release Randy Orton because he has 2 strikes on the wellness policy. Stop thinking so much. No, that is not what I intended for this to be. But now that I got this out of the way, I'm stalling here because this is very difficult for me because I look at Finn Bálor, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn. These are my, 3 of my favorite guys in the entire world as far as pro wrestling is concerned. And I look at these 3 guys, and they are each holding a position in WWE that is very important. It's like crucial, and it's not at the level of availability that it should be. I look at these 3 guys, and this could possibly be the future of WWE. And that's why it's tough for me to say that I'm going to release one of these guys. But first and foremost, I want to say I want to push Finn Bálor, but I can't do that because there is one thing that I dislike about Finn Bálor, and that's his fucking finisher.
Yeah, I agree so hard.
That double foot stomp, I hate it with a passion, but I have such a great love for Finn Bálor that it kind of like...
It's a nice signature. It's a nice signature, yeah, but it's not a finisher.
Yeah, but as a finisher, oh no. But the thing that Finn Bálor has going for himself, he's a very enriched character. And he's very larger than life. The way that he goes into that alternate persona of his, the demon, I love that so much. And the fact that his character plays into the matches that he has, it plays into his action. I think that that's all amazing. And I'm going to say it again. It's not available on the level that it should be in WWE, but I'm so glad that we can see that resonating through Finn Bálor. So I want to push him, but I'm going to say I repackage Finn Bálor, and he needs to change that damn finisher. So from here, you have Sami Zayn, who is a great sympathetic babyface. I agree with every single thing that Steven talked about here. And you have Kevin Owens. I love this guy so much because he is a very pragmatic heel. He's not the guy that's going to go out there and intentionally try to piss you off. He's not the guy that's going to go out there and get cheap heat or anything like that. Kevin Owens is Kevin Owens. He goes out there and he says what he feels. And if you like it, wonderful. If you don't like it, he doesn't give a rat's ass about it because he has his objective in mind, and that's what he's in WWE for. He's there to accomplish an objective. And we've got some great stuff from this guy. A lot of it had to do with Sami Zayn. Like, I'll never forget that match that they had for the NXT Championship, and you had the crumpled up, broken, beaten down body of your best friend laid out on the mat, and Kevin Owens is smiling over Sami Zayn's nearly unconscious body because he doesn't give a damn that he had to destroy his best friend for the NXT Championship, because the NXT Championship puts food on his family's table, it puts money in his pocket, and it helps him provide for his family. So the fact that he can do things like that, love the guy. Sami Zayn, man, when he won that NXT Championship, one of the greatest moments I've seen in wrestling. There's just something about him that he's so endearing. And I don't make this decision lightly at all, but I have to push Kevin Owens and release Sami Zayn. The reason being is because we do have Daniel Bryan in WWE. So if we needed like a sympathetic, endearing babyface, he's there. There's not another guy in WWE like Kevin Owens, and we need that going forward. So that would be my whole lineup. Push Kevin Owens, repackage Finn Bálor, and release Sami Zayn. Very unfortunately. Man. That was tough. I'm glad it's over with, though. But let us know what you guys think and which moves you would make and push, repackage, release. The most current NXT champions, Kevin Owens, Finn Bálor, and Sami Zayn.